Ever feel like you've got one foot in this world and one in,
Somewhere else.
yeah, somewhere else? Like you're catching glimpses of things most people don't.
I know what you mean.
Well, today we're taking a deep dive into Indigenous Shamanism.
Ah,
And no, we're not talking about that trendy weekend retreat with overpriced sage bundles. We're going
yeah.
deeper.
What's interesting here is how shamanism, despite being practiced in diverse cultures across the globe,
Yeah.
shares these core principles and practices. It's like humanity has this like inherent yearning to connect with something bigger than themselves.
Absolutely. And to tap into that yearning, we are playing with a fun little personality quiz today.
Oh, fun.
It's from the Spiritual Seek, and it's called, Are You a True Indigenous Shaman?
Okay.
You know we love the Spiritual Seek.
We do.
Let's be clear. This is not about claiming expertise or appropriating anyone's culture.
Of course.
Think of it as a playful way to explore some really fascinating concepts.
Exactly, sparking curiosity and understanding. So, are you ready to delve into the first question?
Bring it on. The quiz asks about the primary role of a shaman in traditional societies. Is it A, to be the community's leader and political figure, B, to act as a go-between for the spiritual and physical worlds, or C, to entertain everyone with storytelling and music?
The answer that truly reflects a shaman's role is B, to act as an intermediary between the spiritual and physical worlds. Shamans are often seen as bridges between these realms, able to communicate with spirits, deities, or even the very essence of nature itself.
So not just a charismatic storyteller, but a conduit to something much bigger.
Right. Think of a shaman as a translator, someone who can access and interpret the whispers of the unseen world.
That makes their role so much more profound. Okay, ready for question 2?
Hit me.
This one asks, how do shamans enter those altered states of consciousness to connect with the spirit world? A, night meditation. B, consuming psychoactive plants. Or C, fire-induced hypnosis.
While all these techniques can induce altered states, the answer most closely tied to traditional shamanic practices is B, consumption of psychoactive plants.
I was hoping you'd say that. Tell me more about how these plants play into the shamanic tradition.
So, plants like ayahuasca or peyote have been used for centuries in shamanic rituals,
Wow.
not as recreational drugs, but as sacred tools.
Right.
They're believed to allow shamans to journey into the spirit world, commune with entities, and access profound insights.
It really makes you wonder about the nature of reality and the different ways we can perceive it. All right, question 3 dives into the root cause of illness. What do shamans believe is making people sick? Is it A, bad eating habits, B, imbalance or disharmony in a person's spirit, or C, a lack of self-control?
The answer that resonates most with shamanic perspectives is B, imbalance or disharmony in one's spirit.
So it's not just about what you eat, but about a deeper spiritual connection, right?
Exactly. Shamanism sees illness not merely as a physical ailment, but as a symptom of a deeper spiritual imbalance. This could be caused by a trauma, emotional distress, or a disconnect from nature.
It's fascinating how this perspective brings together the mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
It makes you think about how we approach healing in our own lives.
Absolutely. This concept really challenges us to consider the root causes of our ailments and to seek healing on multiple levels. Now, are you ready for question 4? It's all about animal symbolism, which is so prevalent in shamanism.
I love that part. The quiz asks, which animal is commonly associated with shamanic journeys? Is it A, an elephant, B, an eagle, or C, a dolphin?
The answer most frequently linked with shamanic journeys is B, the eagle.
Of course. Such a powerful and majestic creature.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about eagles that makes them so important in this context?
Eagles are often seen as powerful spirit guides.
Yeah.
They symbolize vision, freedom, and the ability to soar above earthly concerns. They represent a connection to the heavens and the ability to perceive things from a higher perspective.
I love that imagery. It's like the eagle acts as a guide, helping the shaman navigate the unseen realms. Okay, question 5 takes us even deeper, talking about soul retrieval.
Soul retrieval is a powerful concept in shamanism.
It really is. The quiz defines soul retrieval as A, being reborn into a new life after death, B, recovering lost parts of a person's soul due to trauma or distress, or C, collecting souls for judgment in the afterlife.
The answer that aligns with the shamanic concept of soul retrieval is B, the recovery of lost parts of a person's soul due to trauma or distress.
So it's like putting the pieces of a shattered soul back together.
Yes, it's a beautiful way to put it. Shamanism recognizes that trauma can fragment the soul, leaving parts of it behind in those moments of pain or fear. Soul retrieval involves journeying into the spiritual realm to find and reintegrate those lost pieces, restoring wholeness and vitality.
Wow, that's powerful. It speaks to the profound connection between our spiritual and emotional well-being. Okay, last question. This was about how shamans gain their unique knowledge and skills. Do they learn it A, through formal education like a university, B, through personal experiences and guidance from spirits, or C, by inheriting it from family members who are also shamans?
The answer most aligned with shamanic traditions is B, through personal experiences and guidance from spirits.
It's not something you can just pick up from a textbook, is it?
Oh,
It's about direct experience and a deep connection to the spirit world.
exactly. Shamanic knowledge is often transmitted through apprenticeships, visions, and direct encounters with spirits. It's a deeply personal and experiential path.
That makes it even more fascinating.
Hmm.
It's not just about memorizing facts, but about developing a profound connection with the unseen. So for our listeners who might be wondering if they have a little shaman in them, what does all this mean?
It's important to remember that this quiz is a fun way to engage with some core shamanic concepts, not a definitive test. True shamanism is deeply rooted in specific cultures and traditions. It's not about self-proclaiming yourself a shaman, but more about recognizing
Right.
which of these ideas resonates with you.
Yeah.
Maybe you feel a strong pull toward nature or a sense that there's more to reality than meets the eye.
Yeah.
Those feelings could be your own inner shaman speaking.
It's like that saying, everyone has a little magic in them. Maybe some of us just have a bit more shamanic sparkle than others. But jokes aside,
Right.
it is fascinating to consider how these concepts might apply to our own lives.
Absolutely. At its heart, shamanism is about acknowledging the interconnectedness of everything, the seen and the unseen,
Right.
the physical and the spiritual. It encourages us to tap into our intuition, to honor our connection to nature, and to find balance within ourselves and the world around us.
And isn't that something we all strive for in some way?
Yeah.
That sense of balance, that harmony, it makes you think about how these ancient practices still hold relevance in our modern world.
I find that truly fascinating. Shamanism, while ancient, offers this timeless perspective that transcends cultural boundaries. It reminds us to look beyond the purely material and explore the realms of spirit and energy.
It really challenges us to expand our understanding of what's possible, doesn't it?
It does.
Like, what if we could all tap into that deeper wisdom, that connection to something bigger than ourselves? What kind of impact could that have on our lives and the world around us?
Those are important questions to ponder. And speaking of pondering, the quiz ends with a thought-provoking question for the listener. If you could choose a spirit animal guide to accompany you on your journey, which would you choose and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. So many amazing animals to choose from. I think I'd go with a fox.
Okay.
They're clever, adaptable, and seem to navigate the world with a sense of playfulness and cunning. I could definitely use a bit more of that in my life.
That's an interesting choice. Foxes are often associated with intelligence, resourcefulness, and the ability to see through illusions. They remind us to trust our instincts and embrace our own unique path. What about you, dear listener? Which animal speaks to your soul and what qualities do you admire in it?
We'd love to hear your thoughts. But before we wrap up our shamanic deep dive,
Right.
let's recap some of the key takeaways.
We explored the role of the shaman as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms.
Yeah.
There are methods of connecting with spirits through practices like the consumption of psychoactive plants, and their beliefs about the nature of illness and healing, focusing on spiritual disharmony as a root cause.
We also delved into the significance of spirit animals,
Yeah,
particularly the eagle as a guide in shamanic journeys.
right.
And we touched upon the powerful concept of soul retrieval, where lost parts of the soul are recovered and reintegrated to restore wholeness.
And we discovered that shamanic knowledge is often passed down through direct experience and guidance from spirits,
Yeah.
highlighting the deeply personal and experiential nature of this path.
Well, this was just a glimpse into the rich and complex world of shamanism.
Yes.
Hopefully it sparked your curiosity and inspired you to explore further.
Remember, the journey of self-discovery is an ongoing one, and there's always more to learn,
Yeah.
more to experience, and more to understand. So keep asking questions,
Right.
keep exploring,
Yeah.
and keep listening to that inner voice that guides you towards your own unique path.
And who knows,
Yeah.
maybe taking this quiz will inspire you to connect with nature a little more deeply, or listen to your intuition, or even explore those parts of yourself that feel a bit,
Magical.
magical.
It's certainly a reminder that there are many paths to knowledge and wisdom, and sometimes the most profound insights come from looking inward and connecting with the world around us in a new way.
Beautifully put. Thanks for joining us on this shamanic adventure. Until next time, keep seeking, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.